Wow, that music already has me craving some pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Really gets you on the mood for the holidays, you know.
Sure, for sure.
I'm Peter,
And I'm Emily.
and we are here to make learning English not just effective, but super fun.
Absolutely. And today we are diving into something truly special.
Yeah.
Festivals.
Festivals and traditions.
Yeah.
A topic that connects cultures, creates memories, and really brings people together. And to help you unlock that fluency, today we're focusing on three big ones: Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve.
Those are great choices.
Right. We've got authentic dialogues to break down, some cool insights, and even some fun facts that might surprise you. So, today we're tackling how to talk about holidays in English. Picture this. You're hanging out with friends, and the topic of holidays comes up.
It happens all the time.
Exactly. Wouldn't it be awesome to easily share your experiences and understand theirs, all while sounding like a natural?
Oh, absolutely. Real conversations are where the magic happens when you're learning a language. It's like a cheat code to fluency.
I love that, a cheat code. And to help you unlock that fluency, today we're focusing on three big ones: Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve.
Those are great choices.
Right. We've got authentic dialogues to break down, some cool insights, and even some fun facts that might surprise you.
As English learners,
Yeah.
it's a great way to expand your vocabulary.
Right.
You're learning all these new words and phrases
Absolutely.
that are related to specific holidays and celebrations.
Right.
But it's also just a way to kind of connect with
Yeah.
English-speaking cultures
Yeah.
on a deeper level.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
if you can understand the holidays
Yeah,
and the traditions, you can understand the people better.
exactly.
This isn't just a podcast.
Right.
It's a full lesson on how to have natural English conversations.
I like it.
It's real English in action, so make the most of this content.
Ooh,
Watch until the end to expand your vocabulary.
Yeah.
Now it's time for what? Guess. Time for what?
Let me see. Is it time to go through all the amazing comments and feedback we got from our listeners?
Exactly. You know, after reading all the comments from our recent episodes, we got so many kind words and a ton of helpful feedback. Let's dive into some of them, shall we?
All right, the first comment is from John. He says, "You need to be awarded for this great podcast. Could you please do one about the job interview?"
John, thank you so much. Your comment just made our day. And what a fantastic suggestion. Job interviews are such an important topic. We'll definitely consider that for a future deep dive. Thanks for helping us grow. Next, we have a lovely comment from Anna Bia. She says, one of the best podcasts for learning English because of the repetition and the detailed explanations of every part of the conversation.
Thank you so much, Anna Bia. It's so rewarding to hear that our detailed approach is helping. Repetition and explanations are the heart of what we do, and we're thrilled it's working for you. Repetition.
Repetition.
Because what's really fascinating about repetition is that it leverages the way our brains naturally learn.
Oh, tell me more about this.
Every time you hear and repeat a word, you're strengthening the connections in your brain, making it easier to recall and use that word effortlessly.
So it's like building a muscle,
It is.
but for our brains.
Yeah, like you're doing reps in the gym, but you're doing reps with your vocabulary.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so, you know, we always love hearing from our listeners. And Anna Bia recently left us a comment with a fantastic suggestion.
Oh, that's awesome.
She said she really loves listening to these deep dives while she's working out,
Cool.
and that she could totally go for episodes over an hour long.
I like that idea.
So we just wanted to say thanks for that suggestion, Anna.
Yeah, great idea.
We're always looking for ways to improve the show,
Exactly.
and we love getting feedback from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here's another thoughtful comment from H2O. I love that name. It's very good for listening skills, hearing native speaking speed.
That's wonderful to hear. Listening to native speed English is such an important part of learning, and we're glad to know it's helping you improve.
We want to make sure everyone feels confident in real-life conversations, and practicing with native speed dialogue is key. Keep it up. Friends, your comments mean so much to us. Your feedback, it really helps us grow. And your suggestions, they inspire new episodes.
If you'd like your comment to be featured in a future episode, let us know your thoughts below. And don't forget to share your ideas for topics. We're here to create the content you want.
Thank you for listening and commenting and being a part of our real English conversation community.
Yeah.
Let's keep learning together.
We read every single comment, and your feedback means the world to us.
It really does.
Who knows? Your precious comment might be featured in our next episode.
Hey there, deep divers. We are absolutely loving all the comments that you guys have been leaving on our recent videos.
Yeah,
You're seriously making this community thrive.
I second that. It is so fantastic to see you all diving into these topics with us.
Speaking of diving in, all right, so get ready, everybody, because today we're diving deep into one of America's most beloved traditions.
Thanksgiving.
You got it,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. And just to make things even more interesting, we've got a little surprise for you all today.
Oh, this is going to be good. You'll definitely want to listen closely.
We're giving you a secret phrase.
Ooh, a secret phrase.
Divided into 2 parts. Your challenge is to catch both parts during our conversation and write the full phrase in the comments.
It'll be fun.
All right, so to make it even easier, before we say the phrase, we're going to play this sound. You hearing that?
Yes, I hear it. And every time you hear the sound, friends, it means we're sharing a part of our secret phrase.
That's right. Write down each part, and by the end of our deep dive, put the full phrase in the comments. See who gets it right.
Stay tuned, friends, and pay attention. We challenge you to discover the secret phrase. Now, back to Thanksgiving.
Ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
Okay, first up is Thanksgiving. It's celebrated on the 4th Thursday of November, and it's all about gratitude.
And we can't forget the nickname for Thanksgiving, Turkey Day. It just goes to show how much food is a part of this celebration.
You know, taking time to appreciate all the good stuff in life.
It's like hitting the pause button on the year and really savoring the moment, being thankful for family, friends, and, let's be honest, the incredible food.
Oh, the food, for sure. Speaking of which, Thanksgiving just wouldn't be the same without the traditional feast, right? We're talking a massive spread with things like that classic roast turkey as the centerpiece.
You can't forget the savory stuffing, all those herbs and bread, and the creamy mashed potatoes.
Don't forget the pumpkin pie. It's like the grand finale, all spiced and sweet. I remember my first Thanksgiving in the U.S. I was surprised by how central football is to the celebration.
Football.
Yeah, it's not something we do back home for Thanksgiving.
That's a great example of how traditions can be so different even within the same language.
Perfect. So we all know Thanksgiving is a big deal in the U.S., but I think we often forget just how important it is in American culture.
Yeah, you're right. We're talking about a holiday so significant that even supermarkets and most stores close for the day.
Really?
That almost never happens in the U.S., which really shows you how deeply rooted Thanksgiving is in our society.
Yeah, and while the delicious food is a major highlight, let's not forget that Thanksgiving is really about so much more than just the feast.
Absolutely. It's a day dedicated to connection, gratitude, and reflection. It's about coming together with loved ones and acknowledging the good things in our lives.
Speaking of gratitude, are you ready for the first part of the secret phrase?
I think our listeners are more than ready.
All right, here it is. Are you hearing that sound? Do you know what it means?
What does it mean?
It's time for the first part of our secret phrase.
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay.
It's Thanksgiving is a day. Thanksgiving is a day. Write that down, everyone, and keep it handy. We'll reveal the second part later. Now back to our deep dive. Are you ready to dive into some key Thanksgiving vocabulary?
I am.
Get ready to repeat after us. We'll say each word 3 times, twice at a normal pace, and then once super slow
Super slow.
to help it really sink in.
That's right.
Okay, so,
And we'll also break down the meaning of each word and give you practical examples.
oh, perfect.
So you can start using them right away.
I love it. All right, first up, let's talk about Thanksgiving. Repeat after me. Thanksgiving.
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 Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving is a special holiday celebrated in the United States and Canada. It's a time for families and friends to get together, enjoy a delicious meal, and express gratitude for all the good things in their lives.
Yeah, it's my favorite holiday.
It's a good one.
Okay, speaking of good things,
Yes.
let's move on to our next word, gratitude. Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Amazing.
I'm feeling so grateful already.
Me too.
Gratitude is all about feeling thankful, right? It's about appreciating the people in your life, the experiences you've had, and the things you have. It's like saying thank you with your whole heart.
I love that. And what better way to show gratitude
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
than with a delicious feast? Feast.
Love it.
I'm hungry. A feast is a big celebratory meal,
Yeah.
usually with lots of different dishes.
Like a Thanksgiving dinner overflowing with yummy foods.
Ye-
All right. Now, no Thanksgiving feast is complete without
Tell me.
stuffing.
Yeah, feasting.
Oh, so good.
Stuffing is a savory dish made with bread, herbs, and other yummy ingredients.
Yes.
And it's traditionally cooked inside the turkey,
Yes.
which adds a ton of flavor to the meal.
So good. And to finish off this feast,
Yes.
we need pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
So good.
Oh, pumpkin pie is a classic Thanksgiving dessert, right?
Yeah.
It's sweet and spiced with a creamy pumpkin filling and a flaky crust. It's like a taste of autumn in every bite.
My favorite.
All right.
Last but not least, let's talk about traditions.
Traditions.
Tradition. Traditions are special customs or activities that families and cultures pass down through generations. They're like a thread connecting us to the past and giving us a sense of belonging.
I love that.
Me.
Now that we've warmed up our vocabulary muscles, are you ready to hear these words in action?
I am so ready. Hit me.
We're about to listen to a conversation between two people talking about their Thanksgiving traditions.
Okay.
And don't worry, this isn't a vocabulary drill.
Yeah.
We're going to use these words in context, hear them in action, and really get a feel for how they contribute to the spirit of Thanksgiving.
Exactly. To bring this vocabulary to life, we'll be listening to a conversation between two friends,
What?
Jack and Carol.
All right.
Jack's curious about Carol's family Thanksgiving traditions, and their conversation is packed with the words and phrases we'll be exploring.
So listen closely for how they use those words. So pay close attention, because we're going to dissect each line, explaining the meaning and highlighting those key vocabulary words.
Right.
Remember, the more you repeat and engage with these words,
Yes.
the faster they'll become part of your everyday language. Okay?
Yeah.
Deep divers, let's dive into the conversation.
Let's do it.
Carol, isn't this autumn weather just beautiful? The crisp air and the falling leaves make me think of Thanksgiving. What's it usually like for your family?
It's simply one of the best times of the year. Thanksgiving is all about family, gratitude, and of course, amazing food. We all gather at my grandparents' house for a big meal.
That sounds amazing. What's on the menu?
Oh, it's a feast! We always have roast turkey as the centerpiece, with stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie. My grandma also makes her famous sweet potato casserole. It's to die for.
Wow, I can practically taste it. Do you have any special traditions besides the meal?
Definitely. Before we eat, we go around the table and share one thing we're thankful for. It's such a meaningful moment. After dinner, we either watch football or play board games together.
That's really beautiful. It sounds like a day full of connection and love. I've always wanted to experience a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. Maybe one year I could join you.
Absolutely, Jack. You're always welcome. Experiencing Thanksgiving with family is truly something special.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deep divers, let's dive into the conversation.
Let's do it.
It starts with Jack saying, Carol, isn't this autumn weather just beautiful? The crisp air and the falling leaves make me think of Thanksgiving.
Ah, so nice.
Let's repeat that together. Carol, isn't this autumn weather just beautiful?
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 Perfect.
This is a perfect way to start a conversation about Thanksgiving, especially when you're surrounded by the beauty of fall, you know?
Yeah.
Jack's expressing his appreciation for the season and how it reminds him of the upcoming holiday.
I love that. And to really emphasize that autumn feeling,
Yes.
he uses the phrase crisp air,
crisp air.
which describes that cool, refreshing air we often experience in the fall.
Right.
Let's say it together. Crisp air.
Crisp air.
Crisp air.
Beautiful.
I feel like I'm outside right now. You can almost feel that invigorating autumn breeze, when you say those words.
And of course, Jack mentions the falling leaves,
Yeah.
another iconic image of fall
Yeah.
that beautifully sets the scene for the conversation.
Absolutely.
Now, Jack's curious about Carol's Thanksgiving traditions.
Okay.
So he asks, what's it usually like for your family?
Great question.
Let's repeat that question. What's it usually like for your family?
What's it usually like for your family?
What's it usually like for your family? What's it usually like for your family?
Perfect.
This is a great way to invite someone to share their personal experiences and family customs.
Yes.
It's a friendly way to delve into the heart of their Thanksgiving traditions.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
now we're ready for Carol's answer.
Yes. Let's hear it. And Carol's response captures that Thanksgiving spirit perfectly.
Okay.
She says, it's simply one of the best times of the year.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is all about family, gratitude, and of course, amazing food.
Uh-huh.
We all gather at my grandparents' house for a big meal. You can just hear the excitement in her voice.
Yeah, you can totally hear how much she loves Thanksgiving.
Right.
Okay, so let's focus on that first line.
All right.
It's simply one of the best times of the year. Repeat with me. It's simply one of the best times of the year.
It's simply one of the best times of the year.
It's
such a simple phrase.
But it really conveys that sense of joy and anticipation.
It does.
And then she goes on to highlight the core elements of Thanksgiving.
Right.
Okay, let's repeat this together. Thanksgiving is all about family, gratitude, and of course, amazing food.
Thanksgiving is all about family, gratitude, and of course, amazing food.
Thanksgiving is all about family, gratitude, and of course, amazing food.
Thanksgiving is all about family, gratitude, and of course, amazing food.
Beautiful.
Beautiful summary of what makes this holiday so special.
And that sense of togetherness
Yeah.
really comes alive when she says, we all gather at my grandparents' house for a big meal.
That word gather
Yes.
really emphasizes that coming together,
Yes.
that sense of unity and shared experience. Exactly, gather paints a picture of loved ones
Yes.
converging from near and far to celebrate together.
Beautiful.
Now, Jack's curiosity is piqued, and he asks,
Of course.
that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
What's on the menu?
What's on the menu? It's the question we all want to ask when we hear about a Thanksgiving feast.
Yes.
Right.
And Carol does not disappoint with her answer.
No, she is not.
She says, oh, it's a feast.
Love it.
We always have roast turkey as the centerpiece, with stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie.
Oh, my goodness.
My grandma also makes her famous sweet potato casserole. It's to die for.
I want that recipe.
Me too.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so that menu sounds incredible.
It does.
So let's savor that first exclamation. Oh, it's a feast.
Oh, it's a feast.
Oh, it's a feast.
Oh, it's a feast.
You can almost hear
Right.
the clinking of glasses.
And the happy chatter
Yes.
around the table.
You know that's the power of a well-chosen word.
Right.
Feast instantly evokes
Yes.
that image of abundance and celebration.
Yes.
And then, of course, she mentions
Yeah.
the roast turkey.
Roast turkey.
The star of the show.
The star of the show.
Roast turkey.
Mm.
Roast turkey.
It's the culinary symbol of Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and it takes center stage.
Front and center.
Yeah, front and center on her family's table.
And alongside that magnificent turkey,
Yeah.
she lists a symphony of side dishes
Yes.
with stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie.
Oh, yeah.
Stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie.
It's like a roll call of Thanksgiving classics.
It is a roll call.
Each of those side dishes
Right.
adds its own unique flavor and texture to the Thanksgiving meal,
Yes.
creating this harmonious blend of sweet and savory and tart.
I love it.
And then she throws in a special family tradition.
Oh, yes.
My grandma also makes her famous sweet potato casserole. It's to die for. My grandma also makes her famous sweet potato casserole. It's to die for.
My grandma also makes her famous sweet potato casserole. It's to die for.
My grandma also makes her famous sweet potato casserole. It's to die for. Man, it's making me hungry just thinking about it.
And remember how they described the sweet potato casserole as to die for? That's like a slang way of saying it's incredibly delicious. Food really can bring back strong emotions and memories, especially around the holidays.
It really is like food becomes its own language. It's a way of expressing love and tradition.
Exactly.
Her grandma's recipe is something special.
Clearly.
Oh my God.
It sounds like a Thanksgiving tradition worth experiencing.
I know, right?
Okay, so now, thoroughly impressed.
Yeah.
Jack asks about traditions beyond the meal.
All right.
Okay, he says, wow, I can practically taste it.
Yeah.
Do you have any special traditions besides the meal?
Good question.
Let's repeat that. Wow, I can practically taste it.
Wow, I can practically taste it.
Ooh, I can practically taste it.
Woo! I can practically taste it.
It's such a vivid way to express how enticing her description sounds.
Yeah, it does.
You can sense his genuine enthusiasm
Yeah.
for her family's Thanksgiving celebration.
And Carol's response highlights the heart of Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
She says, definitely, before we eat, we go around the table and share one thing we're thankful for.
Oh, I love that.
It's such a meaningful moment.
It is.
After dinner, we either watch football or play board games together. What a beautiful tradition.
It is beautiful.
I love how they pause to express gratitude before diving into the feast.
Yeah.
It's like this reminder of what truly matters.
Exactly.
Okay, let's repeat that part. Definitely. Before we eat, we go around the table and share one thing we're thankful for.
Definitely. Before we eat, we go around the table and share one thing we're thankful for.
It's such a simple act,
Yeah.
but with a powerful impact.
It is. It creates a moment of connection and reflection,
Yeah.
reminding everyone of the blessings in their lives.
I love that.
And Carol emphasizes this by calling it a meaningful moment.
A meaningful moment.
A meaningful moment.
It's a time filled with emotion and significance.
It is. Yeah.
And then after creating these like heartfelt memories,
Right.
they move on to more lighthearted activities.
Yes.
After dinner, we either watch football or play board games together.
Yeah.
After dinner, we either watch football or play board games together.
After dinner, we either watch football or play board games together.
After dinner, we either watch football or play board games together. It's like a perfect blend of like relaxation and fun.
Yes.
A chance to unwind and enjoy each other's company.
Yeah. It's a beautiful picture of how Thanksgiving brings people together, not just for a meal,
Yeah.
but for a whole day filled with shared experiences. And Jack's reaction
Yeah.
shows how deeply he's touched by her description.
Yeah.
He says, "That's really beautiful. It sounds like a day full of connection and love.
Oh.
I've always wanted to experience a traditional Thanksgiving dinner.
Fun.
Maybe one year I could join you."
Oh, that's so sweet.
Let's repeat that first part. That's really beautiful. It sounds like a day full of connection and love.
That's really beautiful. Sounds like a day full of connection and love.
You can practically hear the longing in his voice, that desire to be a part of something so special.
And Carol's response is just as heartwarming.
It is.
She says, "Absolutely, Jack. You're always welcome. Experiencing Thanksgiving with family is truly something special."
Oh, that's not.
Absolutely, Jack. You're always welcome.
Absolutely, Jack. You're always welcome.
Absolutely, Jack. You're always welcome.
Absolutely is so full of enthusiasm.
Yes.
It's like she's opening her heart and her home to him.
It's a beautiful moment of connection and generosity.
It is.
And her final statement sums up the true essence of Thanksgiving.
I love it.
Experiencing Thanksgiving with family is truly something special.
Yes.
Experiencing Thanksgiving with family is truly something special.
It's a beautiful reminder that this holiday is about more than just the food or the traditions. It's about the bonds we create and the love we share.
Okay, so before we wrap up this deep dive, let's quickly recap those 5 key words we've been practicing.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, first we have crisp air. Crisp air. Crisp air, that invigorating coolness of autumn.
Yes, love it.
Then there's gratitude, 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 that feeling of thankfulness that makes Thanksgiving so special.
And of course, we can't forget stuffing.
Yes.
That savory Thanksgiving staple.
Staple, so good.
And for dessert, it's got to be pumpkin pie.
Yes.
A sweet and spicy treat that's synonymous with the holiday.
And finally, we have traditions, those customs and rituals that give Thanksgiving its unique flavor and connect us to our past.
Yes.
Speaking of traditions, I think it's time to unveil the second part of our secret phrase. Are you hearing that sound? Do you know what it means?
What does it mean?
It's time for the second part of our secret phrase.
All right, are you ready to complete the phrase and unlock the secret?
The second part is to express gratitude and share a meal with family and friends. To express gratitude and share a meal with family and friends. Now put those 2 pieces together and share the complete secret phrase in the comments.
We'll give you a moment to gather your thoughts and piece it all together. Don't worry, we'll be right here waiting to continue our deep dive into the fascinating world of festivals.
Festivals and traditions.
Yeah.
A topic that connects cultures, creates memories, and really brings people together.
And remember,
Yeah.
the more you practice these words,
Yeah.
the more confident you'll become in using them.
It's like taking those language muscles
Yes.
we've been working out today and putting them to the test.
I love it.
And while you're pondering that secret phrase, let's shift gears a bit. And welcome back for another deep dive, all about Christmas traditions.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
I'm excited about this one because we've got a really unique source material, and it's all about how to talk about Christmas in English.
So cool, right? We get to see how people learn about culture through language.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is how much this podcast emphasizes repetition.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like they repeat phrases slowly and deliberately to really help the listener internalize the words.
It's such a great technique because repetition really is key when you're learning something new.
It's like practicing an instrument or a sport.
Exactly. The more you do it, the better you get.
So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to dive into some of the key vocabulary from this Christmas conversation and repeat them a few times together.
Get those words nice and stuck in our brains.
All right, so first up we have Christmas tree. Let's say it together, nice and slow. Christmas tree.
Love it. Now a little faster. Christmas tree. Christmas tree.
And once more at a natural speed. Christmas tree.
Perfect. Now, for those who might not know, a Christmas tree is an evergreen tree that people decorate with lights, ornaments, and sometimes even tinsel.
And it's usually the centerpiece of Christmas celebration.
For sure.
Okay, our next word is ornament. Ready? Ornament.
Got it.
Again, ornament. Ornament. And one last time. Ornament.
Beautiful. And an ornament is basically any decorative object that you hang on a Christmas tree.
Yeah, they can be anything. From shiny baubles to little Santas or stars or snowflakes.
Anything festive and sparkly.
Okay, next up we have stockings. Repeat after me. Stockings. Stockings.
Yeah.
And once more at a natural pace. Stockings.
Nice.
So stockings are those long socks that are usually hung by the fireplace on Christmas Eve.
Waiting for Santa to come fill them up with gifts and treats.
It's such a fun tradition.
It is.
All right, time to talk about the big guy himself.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And once more at a natural speed, Santa Claus.
Who doesn't love Santa Claus?
Right. The jolly old man who brings presents to all the good little children.
Exactly.
Okay, last but not least, we have a delicious word, cinnamon rolls. Let's break it down. Cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls.
Again, cinnamon rolls, cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon roll, cinnamon roll.
And one last time, cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
Now, who doesn't love a warm cinnamon roll during the holidays?
It's like the perfect Christmas breakfast.
I know, right?
That sweet cinnamony goodness.
All right, so we've warmed up our vocabulary muscle.
We have.
And now get ready to dive into the heart of the conversation in part 2 of our deep dive.
It's going to be good. We'll be breaking down the dialogue, uncovering some cultural insights, and maybe even learning a few more words along the way.
Welcome back, everyone. Are you hearing that sound? Do you know what it means?
What does it mean?
It's time for the first part of our secret phrase.
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay.
It's Christmas is a special day when people come together too.
Ooh, mysterious.
Christmas is a special day when people come together to write it down.
Don't miss it. We'll reveal the rest later.
Now that we've got those key Christmas words fresh in our minds, it's time to see how they're actually used in a real conversation. Right. We're going to unpack that dialogue between Mia and Peter from the Language Learning Podcast.
Yeah, let's listen to how they use those Christmas words naturally.
Awesome.
Mia, what's Christmas like in your family? This festival is really putting me in the holiday spirit.
It's magical. We start by decorating the house with Christmas lights and putting up a big Christmas tree with shiny ornaments and a glowing star on top. We even hang wreaths on the doors and stockings by the fireplace.
Wow, your house must look incredible. And what about Santa Claus? Do you guys have any fun traditions with him?
Yes, we leave out cookies and milk for Santa Claus, and sometimes even carrots for the reindeer. On Christmas Eve, we exchange one small gift and sip hot cocoa while listening to Christmas carols.
That sounds so cozy. What about Christmas morning?
That's when the magic really happens. We open the rest of the presents under the Christmas tree. My mom always makes cinnamon rolls for breakfast. It's a family tradition. We even light some candles to keep the mood festive.
That's such a nice way to start the day. Do you do anything special after that?
Yes, we visit my grandparents and have a big Christmas dinner. There's always ham, mashed potatoes, green beans, and even some cranberry sauce. After dinner, we sit around the fireplace, play games, and just enjoy being together. My little cousins love building a snowman if there's snow.
Your Christmas sounds so festive. I need to adopt some of those traditions. Maybe I'll start with the eggnog and decorating my own nativity scene.
You should. Christmas is all about making it your own. Just don't forget to leave out those cookies for Santa Claus.
Deal. And I'll make sure to save some for myself, too. Thanks for sharing, Mia. You've really inspired me to make this Christmas extra special.
That's the spirit, Peter. Merry Christmas.
So the conversation starts with Peter asking Mia a question. Mia, what's Christmas like in your family? This festival is really putting me in the holiday spirit.
I love that. He's already feeling that Christmas spirit.
He is. That phrase, putting me in the holiday spirit, is just so perfect for this time of year.
It really is.
It captures that warm, fuzzy feeling we all get when we think about Christmas music and decorations and, spending time with loved ones.
For sure.
Let's try repeating that phrase together nice and slowly, just like in the podcast.
This festival is really putting me in the holiday spirit.
This festival is really putting me in the holiday spirit.
Beautiful. One more time. This festival is really putting me in the holiday spirit.
This festival is really putting me in the holiday spirit.
Awesome. And now at a natural speed, this festival is really putting me in the holiday spirit.
See? Now it feels more natural rolling off the tongue. Right. Repetition is key.
All right, so how does Mia answer Peter's question? She says, "It's magical. We start by decorating the house with Christmas lights and putting up a big Christmas tree with shiny ornaments and a glowing star on top. We even hang wreaths on the doors and stockings by the fireplace."
Wow, that is a seriously festive scene. She even used a bunch of those key words we just practiced.
I know, right? Christmas lights, Christmas tree ornaments, stockings. It's like a Christmas vocabulary parade.
It is.
But I think my favorite part is when she says decorating the house, because it's such a simple phrase, but it represents this really special tradition for so many families.
Yeah, it really does. And you know what? Let's practice saying that phrase a few times.
Sure.
Okay, so nice and slow. Decorating the house.
Decorating the house.
Decorating the house,
Decorating the house, decorating the house.
And now at a natural pace. Decorating the house.
I love it. It's amazing how something as simple as decorating can totally transform a space and make it feel so festive.
Totally agree.
Okay, so after hearing Mia's description, Peter asks, "Wow, your house must look incredible. And what about Santa Claus? Do you guys have any fun traditions with him?"
Santa Claus, the man of the hour.
Right. Of course, Peter wants to know about Santa Claus traditions.
Yeah. And it's interesting how Santa Claus has evolved over time.
What do you mean?
Well, he's this blend of different cultures and folklore. It's kind of amazing how this figure has become such a global icon.
Yeah, that's true.
It really speaks to our fascination with gift giving and, the power of storytelling.
Totally. Okay, let's practice that phrase. And what about Santa Claus? Slowly first. And what about Santa Claus?
And what about Santa Claus?
Okay, faster. And what about Santa Claus? And what about Santa Claus?
Perfect. And what about Santa Claus?
Ah.
And what about Santa Claus?
And now at a natural speed.
Huh?
And what about Santa Claus?
Nailed it. And you know what? I love the intonation there.
What do you mean?
Like that upward inflection at the end. It shows genuine curiosity.
Ah, I see what you mean.
Okay, so let's get back to the conversation. What does Mia say about Santa Claus?
Mia replies, "Yes, we leave out cookies and milk for Santa Claus, and sometimes even carrots for the reindeer. On Christmas Eve, we exchange one small gift and sip hot cocoa while listening to Christmas carols."
That sounds so cozy and festive.
I know, right? Cookies and milk for Santa, carrots for the reindeer, exchanging gifts, hot cocoa, Christmas carols. It's like the perfect Christmas Eve.
It is.
It's like something out of a Hallmark movie.
I know, right?
Let's break down some of those phrases, starting with cookies and milk for Santa Claus. Let's go slow. Cookies and milk for Santa Claus.
Cookies and milk for Santa Claus.
Faster. Cookies and milk for Santa Claus. Cookies and milk for Santa Claus.
Cookies and milk for Santa Claus. Cookies and milk for Santa Claus.
Now at a natural speed. Cookies and milk for Santa Claus.
Perfect. See how repetition makes it sound more and more natural?
Absolutely. Now let's do carrots for the reindeer. Slowly. Carrots for the reindeer.
Carrots for the reindeer.
Oof. Okay, a bit quicker. Carrots for the reindeer. Carrots for the reindeer.
Carrots for the reindeer. Carrots for the reindeer.
And now, naturally, carrots for the reindeer.
Nice work. And it's amazing how something as simple as leaving out treats for Santa and his reindeer can make Christmas Eve so magical.
I totally agree. It's like this sweet little gesture that adds to the whole Christmas spirit.
Exactly. Okay, so Peter clearly loves all these cozy details, and he responds by saying, That sounds so cozy. What about Christmas morning?
Oh, I can't wait to hear what Mia says about Christmas morning.
Me too. But first, let's savor that word cozy.
All right.
Ready? Cozy.
Cozy.
Cozy, cozy.
Now say it like you really mean it. That sounds so cozy.
That sounds so cozy.
Perfect. It really does sound cozy, doesn't it?
It does. All right, so how does me describe Christmas morning?
Ready to finish unpacking this awesome Christmas conversation?
I am. It's been so fun hearing about Mia's family traditions.
It really has. And remember where we left off? Yeah, Peter had just heard about all those cozy Christmas morning traditions, the presents and cinnamon rolls and candlelight.
Right, and he was totally captivated by it all.
He was.
Which is a good reminder that sharing our traditions can be such a great way to connect with people.
Especially people from different backgrounds, right?
Yeah, exactly. It helps us understand each other better and creates that feeling of shared humanity.
So true. So where does the conversation go from there? Okay, so Peter's clearly eager to hear more, and he asks, that's such a nice way to start the day. Do you do anything special after that?
He's so curious. You can tell he's really trying to get the full picture of Mia's Christmas experience.
He wants all the details.
He does, and Mia's happy to share them.
Of course.
She says, yes, we visit my grandparents and have a big Christmas dinner. There's always ham, mashed potatoes, green beans, and even some cranberry sauce. After dinner, we sit around the fireplace, play games, and just enjoy being together. My little cousins love building a snowman if there's snow.
Oh, that sounds so lovely. The big family dinner, the fireplace, the games, and building a snowman. So cute.
I know, right? It's the perfect image of Christmas Day.
It really is.
And let's not forget about that classic Christmas dinner. It's a tradition that brings families and friends together all over the world.
Totally. It's all about sharing good food and making memories.
And speaking of making memories, how about we practice that phrase, building a snowman?
Sounds good.
All right, nice and slow. Building a snowman.
Building a snowman.
Building a snowman. Building a snowman.
Building a snowman. Building a snowman.
And now at a natural pace.
Yeah.
Building a snowman.
Perfect. And it's so true that building a snowman is just pure winter fun.
It is. It's like this creative way to connect with nature even when it's cold outside.
So now what does Peter say after hearing all about Mia's Christmas day? Peter says, your Christmas sounds so festive. I need to adopt some of those traditions. Maybe I'll start with the eggnog and decorating my own nativity scene.
I love how inspired he is. It shows how powerful it can be to just share our personal experiences with others.
Right. Mia's stories have totally rubbed off on Peter. And it's cool that he specifically mentions eggnog and a nativity scene.
Yeah, those are both traditions with a lot of history and meaning behind them.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's practice that phrase, decorating my own nativity scene. It's a beautiful tradition for so many people.
All right. Slowly now, decorating my own nativity scene.
Decorating my own nativity scene.
Good. Now faster. Decorating my own nativity scene. Decorating my own nativity scene.
Decorating my own nativity scene. Decorating my own nativity scene.
And now naturally, decorating my own nativity scene.
See? Repetition makes it so much easier. And I love how decorating a nativity scene is like bringing the Christmas story to life.
It is. It's a really special tradition.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does Mia react to Peter's enthusiasm?
She encourages him and says, you should. Christmas is all about making it your own. Just don't forget to leave out those cookies for Santa Claus.
Oh, that's such a nice sentiment.
I know, right? It's a reminder that traditions are important, but there's always room to personalize them and make them your own.
Exactly. And you know what else I love about what Mia said?
What's that?
It's that idea that Christmas is about making it your own. It reminds us that traditions aren't these fixed things. They can change and evolve over time.
That's a great point. It's what keeps traditions alive and relevant for each new generation. Okay, so how does this heartwarming conversation end? Peter playfully responds with, deal. And I'll make sure to save some for myself, too. Thanks for sharing, Mia. You've really inspired me to make this Christmas extra special. And Mia concludes with a sweet, that's the spirit, Peter. Merry Christmas.
Oh, that's perfect.
I know, right? It's such a warm and funny ending filled with the true spirit of Christmas.
It really is.
Welcome back, everyone. Are you hearing that sound? It's time for the second part of the secret phrase.
Yes. Hit me with it.
All right. Write this down. Celebrate love and kindness and create lasting memories. Celebrate love and kindness and create lasting memories.
Awesome.
We're getting close to revealing the full phrase, so keep those two parts handy.
Absolutely.
This deep dive
This has been amazing.
really has shown how rich and deep festivals and traditions are around the world.
I know, right?
It's made me realize these celebrations are more than just holidays on a calendar. They're windows into our history, our values.
And our spirit.
Hey everybody, and welcome to our deep dive into some English conversation that I think you're really going to find useful, especially if you're getting ready for New Year's Eve coming up.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a really great snippet from another podcast that focuses on English language learning and helping people speak more fluently.
Yeah, one of the cool things is that they use repetition to help you remember phrases and use them more naturally.
It's like, practicing a dance move.
Right.
The more you do it, the smoother it gets.
Exactly. And the conversation that we're going to be listening to is a perfect example of how everyday English is used in a real-life situation.
Okay, so let's set the scene a little bit.
Okay.
Imagine we're in Times Square, New York City.
Oh, I love it.
It's New Year's Eve.
It's buzzing.
It's absolutely buzzing. With energy, music's pumping, fireworks are going off, and everybody is counting down to midnight.
It's magical.
And our two friends, Emma and Ryan, are right in the thick of it,
Love it.
soaking up the atmosphere.
Yeah, and this is where it gets interesting for you as a listener. As they talk, we're going to break down their conversation line by line and repeat those key phrases so you can really absorb them.
Okay, are you ready to dive in?
Let's go.
Let's hear that first line.
All right.
Ryan, can you believe it's almost midnight? The energy here is unbelievable.
It's incredible, Emma. Do you come to these New Year's Eve events every year?
Not always, but tonight feels special. Watching the ball drop in Times Square has been a dream of mine for years, and now it's finally happening.
That's awesome. Watching the ball drop is such a classic way to celebrate. Isn't it crazy crowded, though?
Oh, absolutely. But that's part of the magic. Everyone's cheering, singing, and counting down together. It's like we're all connected for a moment.
I can see why you're so excited. I might try this next year. By the way, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I always make a few. Last year, I promised to practice yoga regularly, and I actually stuck with it. This year, I'm thinking of starting a new hobby, maybe learning how to bake or paint. What about you?
I like setting resolutions too. This year, I want to start running and work on being more organized. Fresh starts always feel so motivating, don't they?
Definitely. New Year's resolutions are like giving yourself a mini reset. Here's to staying committed and making the most of it.
Here's to new beginnings, Emma. Let's make this year unforgettable. All right, Emma, it's time to start the countdown. Let's do this together.
Yes, let's get ready for the countdown.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year, Ryan.
Happy New Year, Emma.
Ryan, can you believe it's almost midnight? The energy here is unbelievable.
I love that first line. Can you believe it? Such a classic way to express surprise,
Yeah.
especially when time flies by.
Yeah, you're just like, wow, can't believe it's this late already.
Where did the time go? Let's all repeat it together, nice and slow. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
Perfect. Now, how about unbelievable?
Yes.
This is how Emma describes the energy in Times Square.
It just means something so amazing.
Right.
So incredible that it's hard to even describe.
Like you're looking at a breathtaking view, or you've just tasted the most delicious meal.
You might say, this is unbelievable.
Exactly. Let's all say that one together, too.
Unbelievable.
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 See, the more you hear it and say it, the more it becomes part of your own vocabulary.
That's it. You're adding tools to your language toolbox.
Exactly. All right, let's hear how Ryan responds.
Okay.
It's incredible, Emma. Do you come to these New Year's Eve events every year?
Incredible.
Ooh.
Another great word for something amazing.
It's a bit like unbelievable, right?
Yeah, maybe a little less intense.
A little less intense.
It's like if you tasted the most delicious cake, you could say, this cake is incredible.
I love it. Okay, let's break down incredible together.
Incredible.
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 Amazing. And Ryan asks Emma, do you come to these New Year's Eve events every year? He's curious, if this is a regular thing for her.
Yeah, he wants to know if she comes every year.
Does she make it a tradition?
Exactly.
It's a simple question,
Uh-huh.
but so useful for everyday conversation.
Oh, absolutely. You can use this to ask about someone's habits.
Yeah.
Do you go to the gym every week? Do you eat pizza every Friday?
I love it.
Let's practice that phrase together. Do you come to these New Year's Eve events every year?
Do you come to these New Year's Eve events every year?
Do you come to these New Year's Eve events every year?
You got it.
Oh,
Okay, let's hear what Emma says next.
awesome.
Not always, but tonight feels special. Watching the ball drop in Times Square has been a dream of mine for years, and now it's finally happening.
I love it.
So she says this night feels special,
Yeah,
meaning it's different, it's more significant than usual.
right. Like, my birthday always feels special because I get to spend it with loved ones.
Yes, exactly. Or like, this vacation feels extra special because we haven't had one in such a long time.
That's it. And that phrase
Let's break it down.
feels special.
Feels special.
Feels special.
Are you hearing that sound? Do you know what it means?
What does it mean?
It's time for the first part of our secret phrase. Are you ready?
Oh, this should be good. I'm ready.
Okay, here it is. It's New Year's is a time to celebrate.
Ooh, intriguing.
New Year's is a time to celebrate.
Write it down, friends. Don't miss it. We'll reveal the rest later in the deep dive.
Awesome. Okay, now she mentioned the ball drop,
Yeah.
which is the iconic
Huge.
event in Times Square on New Year's Eve.
A tradition watched by millions around the world.
So it's this giant sparkly ball that slowly descends as the countdown happens, and everybody goes wild when it reaches the bottom.
It's so exciting. Let's say it together.
Okay.
Ball drop.
Ball drop.
Ball drop.
I love it. Now she says it's been a dream of mine,
Yes.
meaning something she's always wanted to do.
Yeah, like traveling to Italy has been a dream of mine.
Exactly. Or writing a novel has always been a dream of mine.
Yeah, and now Emma's dream is finally coming true.
She's so excited.
She is. Let's see how Ryan reacts.
Okay.
All right.
That's awesome. Watching the ball drop is such a classic way to celebrate. Isn't it crazy crowded, though?
He says that's awesome. Awesome is one of those words you'll hear a lot in English.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it's a way of saying, something is really great or impressive.
Yeah, it can describe, like you said, a movie or a meal.
Oh, yeah, you could use it for anything, really.
Pretty much anything.
From a cool pair of shoes
To a stunning sunset.
Let's say it together.
Okay,
Awesome. Awesome.
perfect. Okay, then Ryan says, watching the ball drop is such a classic way to celebrate.
Classic means something traditional. Something that's been done for a long time and is still popular today.
Like a favorite family recipe or a childhood game.
Exactly. Something that has stood the test of time.
I love it.
Let's try it.
Okay,
Classic.
classic.
You got it. But then Ryan points out that Times Square is probably crazy crowded.
Oh, yeah.
Now, crowded just means there are a lot of people packed into one place.
Like imagine a concert with thousands of fans.
Right. Or a really popular market.
Sometimes it's fun to be in a crowd.
Yeah, sometimes.
Other times it can feel a little overwhelming.
Yeah, for sure. So crazy crowded is just emphasizing just how many people there are.
It's like saying super crowded.
Exactly. Okay, let's break down crowded.
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 Okay, let's hear how Emma responds to that.
All right.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's part of the magic. Everyone's cheering, singing, and counting down together. It's like we're all connected for a moment.
She loves that everyone is celebrating together.
Yeah,
That sense of unity.
it's that shared excitement.
Yeah. Right. Like when you're at a sporting event and your team scores and everyone erupts and cheers.
And for that moment, you feel connected to everyone around you.
I love how she describes it as part of the magic.
Me too. It's a lovely way to put it.
Yeah, it is. Let's repeat that together.
Okay,
Part of the magic.
part of the magic.
Part of the magic.
Nice. And she mentions counting down again.
Yes. The exciting moment when everyone shouts the numbers together as the clock ticks towards midnight.
It really builds up that anticipation.
And we all know what happens when the countdown reaches 0.
Happy New Year.
Exactly.
All right, let's practice counting down together.
Counting down.
Counting down.
Counting down.
Perfect. Okay, now let's hear what Ryan says next.
Sounds good.
I can see why you're so excited. I might try this next year. By the way, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
So first he says, I can see why you're so excited.
Right.
He understands and shares her enthusiasm.
Yes. It's a great phrase to use when someone's really passionate about something.
Like if your friend tells you about their amazing trip, you might say, I can see why you're so excited about traveling there.
Right. It shows that you're really listening and connecting with the other person.
Let's say it slowly together.
Right.
I can see why you're so excited.
I can see why you're so excited.
I can see why you're so excited.
Got it. And then he asks about New Year's resolutions.
Ah, yes, those goals or promises we make to ourselves at the start of a new year.
Like exercising more or eating healthier.
It's all about starting fresh and trying to improve ourselves.
I love it. Okay, let's break down resolutions.
Yes, resolutions.
Resolutions.
For now.
Perfect. Okay, let's find out what Emma's resolutions are.
All right.
I always make a few. Last year, I promised to practice yoga regularly, and I actually stuck with it. This year, I'm thinking of starting a new hobby, maybe learning how to bake or paint. What about you?
Emma's got some great resolutions there.
She does, and she says she's stuck with it when it came to practicing yoga.
Stuck with it means she didn't give up. You know, she kept going even when it was tough.
Right? It's like learning a new language. It takes dedication,
Oh, yeah.
but it's so rewarding.
Absolutely. Let's say it together slowly.
Okay.
Stuck with it.
Stuck with it.
Stuck with it.
Perfect. And she mentions wanting to start a new hobby,
Yeah, a hobby is something you do for fun in your free time,
like playing music
right?
or gardening or
Yeah.
collecting stamps.
Whatever you enjoy.
It's great to have hobbies.
It is. They bring us joy. They help us relax.
They really do. Okay, let's break down new hobby.
New hobby.
New hobby. Okay, so let's hear what Ryan's resolutions are.
Right.
I like setting resolutions too. This year, I want to start running and work on being more organized.
Yeah.
Fresh starts always feel so motivating, don't they?
Ryan's all about those fresh starts.
Yes, that feeling of a new beginning.
Right. A chance to leave the past behind and make some positive changes.
It's like opening a brand new notebook.
Yes.
All those blank pages just waiting to be filled with possibilities.
Yeah. It's an exciting feeling for sure.
Okay, let's break it down together.
Fresh starts.
Fresh starts.
Fresh starts. And he mentions feeling motivated.
Oh, yeah, having that drive and energy to work towards something,
Right. Like that feeling you get when you're inspired.
to achieve a goal.
Exactly.
It's a powerful feeling. Motivation can really help you get things done.
I agree. Okay. Let's practice motivated together.
Motivated.
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 Awesome. Let's hear Emma's response.
Okay.
Definitely. New Year's resolutions are like giving yourself a mini reset. Here's to staying committed and making the most of it.
I love that she compares resolutions to a mini reset.
Me too. Like you're hitting the refresh button.
Exactly.
The chance to, make those positive changes in your life.
Yeah, it could be anything from, decluttering your home to
Yep.
changing your mindset.
Yes, totally. And she talks about staying committed, which we heard before.
Yeah, that dedication to see your resolutions through even when it gets tough.
Right. It's like training for a marathon.
Oh, yeah, you need that consistent effort, but crossing that finish line is worth it. Totally. Okay, let's break down mini reset.
Mini reset.
Mini reset,
And
and let's do staying committed.
staying committed.
Staying committed.
Staying committed.
Perfect. Now the countdown's getting closer.
Oh, I love it.
Let's hear what Ryan says as they raise their glasses to toast.
Okay.
Here's to new beginnings, Emma. Let's make this year unforgettable.
New beginnings. Such a hopeful phrase.
It is. It represents all those possibilities and opportunities that come with a new year.
It's a reminder that we can always start fresh no matter what happened in the past.
Yes, I love that. Let's say new beginnings together.
New beginnings.
New beginnings.
New beginnings.
And he wants to make the year unforgettable.
Filled with those amazing experiences and memories.
Right, the ones that you cherish
It's
forever.
like that trip you took that you'll never forget.
Or a special moment with friends or family.
The things you'll always treasure.
I love that. Okay, let's practice unforgettable.
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 Okay, now as the clock strikes midnight,
This is it.
we hear those magical words.
Here we go.
Happy New Year, Ryan.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Hearing those words always brings a smile to my face.
Me too. It's a universal sentiment of hope and joy.
It really is a wish for happiness and good health.
And all the best in the year ahead.
Absolutely. Let's say it together one more time.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So there you have it, a glimpse into a New Year's Eve celebration and a bunch of really useful English phrases along the way.
What stood out for me was just that excitement. You could feel it in the air.
Right.
Even though we weren't physically in Times Square, their words painted such a vivid picture of that energy and anticipation.
I totally agree. And remember, the key to making these words and phrases your own is to keep practicing.
That's it. Use them in your everyday conversations, even if it feels a little awkward at first.
The more you do it, the more natural it will become.
Like we said before, it's like learning a dance move.
Right.
Repetition is key. And who knows, maybe next New Year's Eve, you'll be the one using these phrases to express your own excitement and hopes for the year ahead.
I love it. And you know what? I think it's time.
Okay,
Time for the big reveal. Are you ready?
let's hear it. I am.
All right, so remember the first part. New Year's is a time to celebrate.
Yeah?
Well, the complete phrase is, New Year's is a time to celebrate fresh starts and embrace new opportunities.
Wow. That's powerful. It really captures what New Year's is all about.
It does, doesn't it? And I think it even goes beyond just the holiday itself. You know, it's a sentiment we can carry with us all year round.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that every day is a chance for a fresh start, a new beginning. Yeah.
Wow.
Like we have the power, right, to shape our own lives.
It's true. We often get so caught up, you know, in like the routine and just busyness of life, and we forget we have the power to make changes, to try new things, to step outside our comfort zones.
Exactly. And the new year, with all its symbolism and new beginnings, it's like a perfect opportunity to reflect on what we want to achieve, right? And what steps we can take to get there.
It is. It's like hitting that reset button, you know?
Yeah.
Not necessarily erasing the past, but using it to move forward.
Right. And that brings us back to that secret praise, right? The whole embracing new opportunities thing.
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Well, to me, it's about being open to possibilities, big and small.
Yeah.
You know, it could be something like starting a new career or just something simple like a new hobby or connecting with somebody you've been meaning to reach out to.
I think that's a great way to look at it. It's not always about making these huge changes. Sometimes it's the small steps, the little moments of courage and openness. Those can lead to the most unexpected and fulfilling experiences.
And that sense of openness, that's emphasized throughout the transcripts, isn't it? It's not just about, learning new words. It's about expanding our horizons and connecting with different cultures, just embracing the world with curiosity and enthusiasm.
For sure.
Welcome back, everyone. We are wrapping up our deep dive into learning English through holiday traditions.
Yes, we've covered a lot of ground.
That's right. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's.
We talked about so many interesting traditions and the vocabulary that comes with them.
It's amazing how much you could learn about a language just by looking at its holidays.
Absolutely. Holidays give us a chance to understand the emotional context behind the language.
Yeah, they make learning English more engaging and meaningful, don't you think?
For sure. When you connect words with traditions and celebrations, they become more memorable.
It's not just memorizing vocabulary, it's about experiencing the culture.
Exactly. And what's great is that these traditions are constantly evolving.
That's a good point. They're not static. We saw how modern slang is creeping into Christmas songs.
And Thanksgiving menus are becoming more diverse, reflecting different cultural influences.
Language is a living thing, just like culture.
Speaking of which, as we wrap up this series, is there anything that stood out to you?
What really struck me is how much our listeners have embraced this approach to learning.
Yeah. We've received so many messages from people who feel more connected to the language and the culture.
It's inspiring to see how excited people are to learn about these traditions and use them in their own lives. Hey, do you have any idea where some of our listeners might be tuning in from today?
Where? Tell me.
You got it.
Yeah.
We've got amazing friends joining us from Brazil, Japan, and Korea. And we'd love to know where you're watching from, my friends.
Yeah, drop your country's flag emoji in the comments and let's see where our global community is growing.
It's so nice to see.
It's so nice to see how our community connects from all around the world.
It's fascinating how traditions can connect people, even across continents.
It's been a fantastic journey, and we hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
And hey, don't forget to subscribe and give us a big thumbs up.
Right. Absolutely. We love seeing this community grow. It's amazing to know that our deep dives are helping so many people improve their English.
And for those of you who want to continue exploring, we've got some amazing videos lined up for you.
Stay tuned for those. But for now, from both of us, Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.
We hope you have wonderful celebrations filled with warmth, laughter, and of course, lots of English practice.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.